Hello and a very warm welcome to the Friday Hangout. And we have our in-house buddies. I'll not call them buddies any longer. They have been our celebrity guests. They have been the experts on the show. And I'm so delighted to have Parth on today's show as well as Mridul. So let me quickly welcome Parth to begin with. How are you doing, buddy, Parth?
I'm good. How are you, Imam bhai?
I'm doing very well. A lot of stuff to talk about. Let me also welcome Mridul as well. How are you doing, buddy, Mridul?
Fine, Imam bhai, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I hope I could have said that about the Indian team as well. But never mind. We have a couple of celebrities at the moment who have joined us. We are expecting a lot of people, and also people who are watching. Do visit to the Circle of Cricket page. You can also get into this conversation and talk about Indian cricket, world cricket, as we do each and every week. So request you to go ahead and join in. Okay. Now that we have the introduction out of the way, let me jump right into the point, and we all know no prizes for guessing of what we are going to discuss today on the show. We will definitely discuss, India's test performance, the test series, recently concluded test series, which we lost 3-1, quite heavily, I might add. And we will also do a build-up towards the one-day internationals, and also would like to talk a bit about the changes in Indian cricket which has happened recently, and what kind of effects can we get out of them. So these are the couple of things which we would start off with, and then we will also touch base upon Pakistan's tour of Sri Lanka and Mahila Jayawardene. I'm sure that he deserves some time of ours in order to give him a proper farewell from the Friday Hangout and Circle of Cricket team. So all those things, see how many things we have lined up for you. So let me start by asking the question to Parth. We lost the Test match series 3-1, Parth. There's no secret about it, and we did not do too well. There was not a fight from the batsmen. The bowlers were not looking great either. There were talks of we getting tired. We all knew that this is going to be a 5-match series, so we had to prepare ourselves in that way, but we did not. So many questions for Indian cricket team right now, or the Board of Control for Cricket in India. What do you think went wrong? Let me ask you let me start by asking you, in your view, what went wrong, what could have been better, and what is the road ahead in terms of the Indian cricket team? We'll talk about the management a bit later, but these are the first things which I want you to share your thoughts on.
In last two test matches, nothing went right for India. Everything went wrong for India. Going back to Southampton, the third test match which India played, and in the very first innings, India gave away 569 runs. I guess that was the turning point of this series, because till that innings, India was dominating the series. We were one up in the series. We did good in Trent Bridge on a flat pitch. We managed a good score there. We were also in a position to win a test match from there on a flat deck. Then we went to Lords. We had a fantastic victory there. And when we were in Southampton, captain went defensive. I guess Dhoni was a bit defensive there. When Jadeja was bowling, there were 7 fielders on the leg side, 2 fielders on the offside. He was not bowling the attacking line. Second thing, he went with a 7 batsman, which was bit defensive as well. And when you think in a 5 test match series that we are 1-0 up, in the next 3 test matches we would go for a draw, then in 99 cases you lose a test series from there. And that's what happened with India. And after losing Southampton test match, in the last 2 test match, Old Trafford and test match at Kia Oval, we were very short of confidence, and nothing went right for India. You asked me what went wrong for India. Nothing went right for India. uh, and uh, and and everybody is to blame. Slip fielding, opening batsmen, our bowlers were looking tired as well. I know Pankaj Singh bowled a good line in the third test match, in the fourth test match as well. Even Varun Aaron was looking good in patches, but he was not consistent as Jimmy Anderson or Stuart Broad. So nothing went right for India, and India has to forget this and has to focus for the one day series now.
All right. Rizal, इतना भी अफसोस करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इतना भी अफसोस मत कर यार. सर पर हाथ मत रख. It's okay that we lost, and I'm going to come to you with a question. Which first of all, thank you so much, Parth. I think very good observations there. If taking away from those observations, Mridul, one thing which I want to ask you, Parth mentioned quite a few things. He said that nothing went right for India. rather than what went wrong for them. So I just want to ask you, if one thing which you have to pinpoint, the three things which if they stand out: one, the batting, a bowling, a slip catching. What do you think was the turning point of the entire series? We were looking rosy at Lords. After the Lords win, we were here, we discussed it in length. We were going gaga over the Indian team, saying that this is a changed unit. We have brought in a lot of changes. We're going to see a new team India. That's all we spoke about. And immediately after that test match, things came back to normal. And again, we started talking about what can be done. So I'm going to come to you quickly, Parth, but let me just quickly bring in Ridul and ask him what exactly is one reason, if he has to pinpoint, that really went wrong for the Indian team.
The one reason I think after the second test, I think was the injury of Ishant Sharma, because I think because of him, our bowling unit was looking good. Apart from Mohammad Shami, Bhuvneshwar Kumar was bowling really well alongside him. So I think Ishant Sharma's injury was bad. And I think after second test, Bhuvneshwar Kumar actually also had a niggle. So I think he was not performing that well. In the starting two test matches, his score with the bat was 200 runs and around 11 wickets. After that, his performance also fell, and the performance of Murli Vijay also fell. These were our two heroes from the first two test matches, and these both underperformed in the remaining test matches. And about our middle order, I think we shouldn't blame our bowling for this serious losses. It's about our batting. Neither that Ajinkya Rahane or Kohli or Pujara played that well. They scored less than 150 runs in 5 test matches in 10 test innings. So it's really very bad. I think we have overwhelmed. I think we have taken them too seriously as a test player. We should also look at our other options. I don't think that Pujara and Kohli are not that good as a test player, but we should now give chances to some other players in the middle order, reckoning our Ranji players. And for performance of Kohli, I think it's his first bad series in long time. And for Pujara, I don't think what went wrong. He was our great player. I think the way Joe Root and Gary Balance played, I think we were expecting Kohli and Pujara to play the Root and Balance way, but I think it got all the opposite way.
Absolutely, I think you made a fair point there, and the comparison I love, Mridul, of Gary Balance and Joe Root, and I have been following English cricket for a while now. I think Joe Root has been one of those consistent performers who always puts his hand up, and he might be, if you look at him, he's not that strong. He's a little guy, but for a little guy, he has fantastic temperament. On top of it, he has that ticker to ensure that he fights. He ensures that he is 100% on the field. So these are the things that which you're going to sing praises of the English batsman later. Let us come back to the main topic of ensuring we criticize the Indian team to the core. But Parth, you were about to say something. I'll give you that opportunity. And also one quick thing, Mridul mentioned Ishant Sharma. Well, I am not too sure, Mridul, of how Ishant Sharma would have made a difference. If you have a look of all the wickets which he took in the second innings with the Lords Test, I think more than he taking wickets, English batsmen were keen to give their wickets to Ishant Sharma rather than Ishant, bowling that very good line and length. Bowling short, yeah, I must say that it worked once. But when Ishant returned, I don't. You see what the results was. He was back to the same Ishant Sharma which he was earlier. So I quite agree with you in terms of, yes, we missed our strike bowler, but how effective he would have been? Well, that is something which we'll never be able to tell because he did not play. So Parth, yeah, please go ahead and make the point which you wanted to make.
You were asking about the turning point of the match, and I think Jadeja dropping Cook in the third slip was the turning point, I guess. And from there, nothing went wrong for Alistair Cook. It was everything good for Alistair Cook. He captained well, he batted well, and India was on back foot after that. So I guess our slip fielding was a bit of disappointment there, and also the way India lost. Ravindra Jadeja didn't had a good slip fielding. He's outstanding fielder in the 30-yard circle, but the way we lost. was something was more disappointing, because you see Virat Kohli, Cheteshwar Pujara getting out in the same fashion. They never improvised. Our slip fielders dropped catch in the same fashion. They never improvised. So you make mistake, but you have to learn from it. And our players didn't learn from that, and we kept on repeating that mistakes over and over again, and we were too much exposed to the fast and furious English bowling, because it was great to see Jimmy Anderson running in and Stuart Broad running in, unless you are an Indian fan. So it was a great display of a fast bowling as well. And going back to Joe Root, I want to make one point. I saw that guy playing in an Nagpur Test match for the first time, and he was battling out there, and the first word came from my mouth was wow, because it was a turning track, I guess, and he was fighting it hard, and I knew from that moment that this player is going to make a big difference for English cricket.
All right. And viewers, if you're watching and if you're thinking that there is a noise coming from the background, then don't be surprised. The noise is very simple. The fact that India lost so terribly, those hammers are like, are directly on our hearts. So we kept that as a background music to ensure that, to let you know our disappointment. So coming back, jokes apart, coming back to you, Mridul, you know, uh, I really want to talk about and talk in length about a couple of players whom we picked in terms of when I remember when we had that hangout 1 month earlier before this test series started. Everybody, we had around 9 buddies who joined, guys, for everyone who's watching, and you can watch that on YouTube. You can go back and you can just watch that particular hangout which I'm referring to. All of us picked Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara to be the key players of this Test match series, and we picked them to be the highest scorers as well. Mridul, within a month's time, what went wrong? This is the same Pujara who got 100 in South African conditions. This is the same Kohli who got 100 again in South African conditions. He nearly got another 100 in the Test match before he was out for in the 90s. What went wrong within a month? Is it Rab ne bana di jodi effect, or is it something to do with form, or is it something to do with any other thing which we don't want to talk about? So basically, I just want to know from you what is going wrong with Virat and Cheteshwar Pujara's technique, because in a month's time you cannot be a bad player. So as per you, what are those things which you think are the reasons behind his failure?
The reason behind failure of Pujara and Kohli, I don't think that their technique is to be held responsible for it. I think because of Kohli, I think some bowls were really brilliantly bowled to him. The Plunkets bowled to him. So I think some bowls were good, and at some time I think Virat Kohli lost his concentration on some levels and nicked the ball and edged it to the slip. And on the behalf of English bowlers, I think they exposed him pretty well on that corridor length of bowling. And for Pujara, I don't think what happened to Pujara. I think he's still a good player, and I think we should have more match practices in abroad conditions, so that our batsmen get used to these conditions. I know we played two practice matches, but that was not to the good bowling lineup. They were the worst county teams to be in the English conditions. So I think we should get more match practice, and I think BCCI should offer NOCs to these players. And I think some of our struggling players should play in county and improve their game.
Well, you know what? There is a very famous movie, Kal Ho Na Ho. I'm not sure how both of you guys have watched it or not. In that, Saif Ali Khan tells Shah Rukh Khan that, "यार, वक्त के साथ सभी ठीक हो जाएगा." And then Shah Rukh Khan says, "वक्त ही तो नहीं है मेरे पास." So in the same way, guys, वक्त किधर है इंडियन टीम के पास कहीं और खेलने के लिए? You play 350 days of cricket in 365 days of the year. You play so much of cricket. And where do you? I agree with your point completely, Mridul, that we have to play in those conditions. But the question is, when will you play? And for example, now Pujara asked for permission to play for the Leicestershire team in county cricket. उसको कई request करने के बाद उसको permission मिला. But that is the one window which he got now, and again he will be back from there playing against West Indies very soon. So my question is, where is the time? Where is the time for our guys to go and play other, county cricket and stuff? Because county cricket is only cricket which I believe firmly on, which will make you a better player, which will make your technique better. And if you ask me, both of you guys, my observation for Kohli and Pujara, Kohli's problem was very simple. He's standing, he doesn't know where his off stump is. He's leaving the ball and it's coming back hitting his off stump. He's playing the ball, he's nicking it. In both the cases, he doesn't know where his off stump is. That is his main problem. Pujara, I never saw Pujara leaving so much of gap between his bat and pad. He can have a lorry driven, in that particular space. He never used to have that problem. But for some strange reason, I could see there's a huge gap between bat and pad where the ball is coming and hitting the off stump. So basically, for me, that's a flaw in technique. And as I said, batsmen cannot be bad batsmen within 1 month's time. I'm sure they're going to be bouncing back. But do you guys think that we will get another opportunity like this? All the matches, apart from one match where it was rain affected, everything was batting friendly. There was so much of, the weather was on our side. Everything was on our side, and this was a great chance for us to go ahead and win a test series abroad. Now that is gone, but there is a great chance for me to welcome somebody who just joined us, who's making his debut on the Friday Hangouts, Mr. Subramanian. He is one of my gurujis because we have been, just to tell you a bit of a background, we used to be on Neo. There's a channel which we used to participate and share our cricket conversations on. So that's where we met, and I'm glad to welcome Subbu sir right here. So go ahead, Subbu sir, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. And the thing is, you're looking a bit shy. If you could face the light, then we will be able to see your face also. Because you're a handsome guy, everybody should know that. All right. By the time Subbu sir adjusts his camera, a quick word from you, Parth, about the opportunity which we lost. Do you think that we will never have the same opportunity again to beat England in England?
Especially after 1-0 of India should have grabbed that opportunity. I feel that, but it is a part and parcel of the game, and India might come heavy in the next series against Australia because if you see, cricket is a great leveler. I don't want to do a philosophical talk, but it's a great leveler, and these guys have to put this of mind. They should learn from the mistakes, and these guys should go with a fresh mind. With some fresh ideas, and that should be a determination and intent to perform outside subcontinent, and the great players are remembered by their performance outside subcontinent. They are great players because they performed in the difficult conditions. So Pujara, Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane should go with that frame of mind and should perform good in Australia.
All right. Now,
definitely we lost a good opportunity in this
season. I agree. All right. Now, we have the moment where Subbu sir is going to tell us what exactly he feels. Before you go ahead, Subbu sir, we have the two buddies, Parth, right? Towards your right is Parth, and to the extreme right is Arvind, and in between there is Mridul. So these are our buddies. So you can go ahead with your views. My question to you is, what went wrong as per you, and will we get another chance of beating England in England, and will we ever get a conditions like these, and can we ever witness a series win in England? A question for you. Please go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you all of you guys. It's nice to be in a fantastic group. You young guys are discussing about a beautiful game of cricket. I've been passionate about the game for such a long time, and I always want, whenever India goes out to play a series, I want them to come out victorious. But then it does not happen that way. We come across many hurdles, mostly created by us and some created by nature. So we accept as it is, but then we are passionate about the team, and we always have a positive hope that Aman will win and him will go on to win. Well, looking back at the England series, I for one thought that they were not prepared. I mean, we knew the conditions were tough. We knew the guys were, going to hurl bounces at you. We knew the guys were going to have a short pitch delivery coming at you, and we are not good at that. But still, we did not prepare ourselves as much as we should have, and we paid the price. And I was surprised by the victory at Lords, and because a historic win, but I thought that maybe the team would carry on from there. But somehow the way we got beaten, I mean, I don't mind getting beaten, but then you put up the amount of resistance, to show that yes, we are also in the business for quite some time now, and we are definitely where we are the as they call the world champion in the ODI. But when it comes to test format, I certainly think that we need to make some more adjustments, some more learnings, some more we can be adjustments kind of format. Maybe playing a little over the shorter formats of the game where we get to get people carried away by performance. We have been doing very well in ODI, we have been doing very well in T20 and IPL, and maybe that could have got a little bit over us, and we need to
Okay, so sir, I think there is some connectivity issue. We cannot hear you. Your voice is breaking. So I guess if I would request you to just can you just quickly exit the Hangout and come back so that connectivity issues are sorted out. That is what happens. So you can just go out quickly, close the window, and come back again. So all right. By the time you do that, let me quickly go to Mridul. Mridul, yes, I could see that you mentioned the prediction of. Glenn McGrath, who is not the octopus for sure, but he is making an observation, and he is a cricketer who has played a lot of cricket, so I respect his opinion. But before we talk about his particular prediction, I really want to come back and talk about England for a moment, because I think no matter how much you love Indian cricket, and yes, all of us want the Indian team to win, but at the end of the day, we are all cricket fans, aren't we? So I just want to, I really just want to understand from you your player of the series for England side, because it went to James Anderson, I guess. But I really want to know from you, who do you think are the top three players who really made the difference for the England team to come back and not just win the series, but crash India in that particular way? That's for you, Mridul.
I think for me, Moeen Ali should be there because the way we played Moeen Ali, their part-time spinner, and we made him Moeen Ali the run on the social media. So I think Moeen Ali was pretty good. He bowled really well. And apart from that, Jimmy Anderson is always a very one of the best bowlers in current era. And apart from that, Gary Balance and Joe Root. And I think the way Josh Butler came in and made his debut series a memorable one, that was also good. He scored around 200 runs. He played really well. A player like Josh Butler, who is completely known as a T20 batsman, the way he played, I think we should have learned something from him. George Butler, a player like George Butler can make 200 runs in 3 matches, but players like Virat Kohli and Pujara cannot make it. I don't think it's digestible to all of us. So I think for me, Gary Ballen, James Anderson, Joe Root, and apart from this, Moeen Ali, they were picked for England.
Okay, all right. So, Parth, you agree with that? He mentioned quite a few names, which I really understand why he did that. But do you agree, or do you have some other player whom you want to pinpoint and say that yes, this is the player who made a difference?
Mridul was spot on with his with the players who made the difference. Gary Balance was the one, Joe Root was the other. Nothing to take away from Moeen Ali. He bowled fantastic. He bowled attacking line, and our players didn't show respect to him. He was a part-time spinner. He didn't had a doosra or a arm ball in his armory, but he bowled within his limitations. He bowled a classical off spinners. And he troubled our batsmen, and he got wickets. So credit to him as well. But standout performer is Jimmy Anderson. He completely thrashed India out of the series, and also Josh Butler, because Josh Butler came in at a difficult time when England was 1-0 down. he played a crucial innings down there at Southampton, and he just took the match away from India in that innings. And after that innings, India never came back in the series. So kudos to him. Also, Alistair Cook was fantastic after a loss in Lords. There was a heavy pressure on his captainship. There were talks around he has to go. He don't deserve a place even in a team, even in a playing 11. And after that criticism of English media, he came back fantastic. He did everything right. And also not to forget Ian Bell's innings at Southampton. It was just fantastic, and you love to see Ian Bell. No matter which team you support, but when you see Ian Bell playing, you know everything is going right, and he's just a fantastic cricketer. So overall, England played much good cricket, even Stuart Broad. So everybody contributed, and cricket is a team game. Everybody contributed, while nobody contributed from our side, and even a one guy would have performed. India would have at a different stage, because a good innings from Pujara or Kohli could have made difference. If not a victory, then we could have gone for a draw. But nobody performed for us, and everybody performed for England. So that was the difference.
All right. All right. What an interesting thoughts there. Subusa, you joined us back again. Welcome. We're glad to welcome you back. I was asking the buddies about who they think has done really well for the England team. Yes, we talk about Indian cricket in length, and they didn't do well. But for you, who were the top three standout players from England who really made the difference for them to make this turnaround of being 0-1 down and coming back winning the series 3-1? Yeah, it's for you.
Make a comparison of these two teams, India and England.
There seems to be some problem. Subbu sir is having connectivity issues. Okay. Your voice is getting stuck, Subbu sir, and that's the problem. Okay. So. All right. Okay. No problem. We'll get that sorted out. Audience, no problem. We'll get that sorted out. Yeah. By that time, Ridhul, you were mentioning fielding. You said that a couple of fielders could have come closer. So I just want to know from you, in terms of what exactly do you think we could have done?
Yeah, Imam bhai?
Yeah, go on, Ridhul.
I think in the third test of in the first ball, I think the ball was short of the fielder, and there were various instances when the slip fielders dropped the catches. But apart from this, ball was falling close to the wicket. I think for a player like Bhuvi's pace, slip fielders could have been more closer to the wickets. I know that ball is new and all, but we don't expect so much bounce and pace from Bhuvneshwar. So I think they should have been little bit more close to the wicket, the slip fielders. It should have worked, I think.
Okay, so you say that the fielders could have come closer. I completely agree, because I'm that school of thought. I'm from the school of thought that it's okay if you drop catches, but at least let the get the chance of taking a wicket, because the bowlers toil so hard, especially Pankaj Singh. I somehow, with all due respect to him, I like his fight and all, but I didn't see him like a fast bowler. He struggled really, because it was like मेरे को उस पे दया आ रही थी यार, wicket नहीं मिल रहा है, and he's going on appealing and there's no wicket, and umpire भी चलो यार जाने दो, इसका पहला wicket दे देंगे बोल के उंगली नहीं उठा रहा है. So I was feeling really bad. Do you think somewhere, Parth, that we really messed up with the team selection and not giving Umesh Yadav a chance? Because let's be honest, he is the only bowler who troubled England for me has been Varun Aaron in the test match. Even when we scored less, he got us back into the game. He kept us in the game till Butler and Joe Root put in that partnership. Don't you think India missed a trick by not including Umesh Yadav, who could have been way better than what, say, Pankaj Singh?
Definitely, and a guy like Umesh Yadav who has played in Australian condition, and he did good there. Even in Australia, he has a pace. So definitely we missed a trick there. You are right. Umesh Yadav, a player like Umesh Yadav should have been with the team, but I guess there might be some fitness issue with him, or else he would have been included in the team. Or else I'm not sure how the selectors are thinking, but Umesh Yadav should have been included in the test squad. He would have made some difference. But see, India India had resources, but we didn't. Our players didn't use resources well, because even Pankaj Singh or Varun Aaron didn't will not get such good conditions to bowl fast bowling here in India. So they had an opportunity there. They could have gone with a somebody like Srishan did a job for India in South Africa, or Nehra did it for India in 2002. There was no standout performer for India. So that was a bit of a worry, and I completely agree with you. Umesh Yadav, with his pace and with his classical action, would have troubled English batsmen. And I hope in one day series he get a chance to play in a final 11.
Well, you know what? Now, if he doesn't play in a one-day series, also, the only thing remains for me is to boycott watching cricket, which unfortunately I will never be able to do. But coming back to the points, Subbu sir, let me come to you real quickly. And we were talking about Umesh Yadav not being included into the 11, and like Umesh Yadav, any other couple of players who you think would have made a difference to this team. So, what is your opinion on that?
Yes, I agree with Yadav, but you know how much made over here, having a squad Vinny over there, and you have him in the playing 11.
All right, Subbu sir, I think the problem is continuing, so I don't think your voice is breaking in between. So what I would request you, yeah, what I would request you is if you could just try that one more time, because that's the only way we can get you back on this particular show today, because the connectivity issues are keep going on happening. But guys, if you're watching, please bear with us, because technology does that to you, as our boss Pankaj says all the time, and I quite agree with him. So let me now that we've spoken about the test matches and what went wrong and what went right, I really want to go ahead and ask you guys about the future. Now, going ahead, we Indians are very good at looking what's ahead and trying to win that and forget what happened now. Before we cut off this test match series, conversation, I really want to ask you guys, given a chance, Mridul, what changes would you want to see in this test match team going ahead, and your thoughts about the captaincy and MS real quickly, so that we can move to the next topic. I'll take past opinion and then we will go to the next topic. So go ahead, Mridul.
First, I will like to comment on Dhoni's captaincy. Uh,
Mhm.
I don't think Dhoni captain really that bad, because players, batsmen and bowlers were not performing really well. They were pathetically performing. Shami Ahmed, he bowled really bad. He doesn't deserve the chance for the next few years in the Indian Test team, because he really underperformed. Apart from this, players like our batsmen, we really mentioned this time, they performed really bad. So I don't think it was on the fault of his captaincy, and we shouldn't sack him, because currently we don't have any options in Test cricket. We thought of Cheteshwar Pujara or Virat Kohli as a Test captain, but I think they have underperformed and they need to concentrate on their batting. So I think Dhoni should stay the captain till World Cup in our Test team. And what was your first question about the Test changes? I think I would really like to see a genuine spinner in there, because for me Ashwin and Jadeja are not really doing their work. Yeah, Ashwin is batting really well, but we didn't wanted a the batting all rounder in form of Ashwin. So I think I would like to change a spinner. I think our batting will look simple like this only because of the strength of the middle order in Rahane and Rohit Sharma and all. So I think our batsmen batting shouldn't change. There can be a change in our opening slot and all. And apart from this, a quick bowler like Umesh Yadav or Varun Aaron should get a permanent place alongside Bhuvi and Ishant Sharma in our test team.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, buddy. Same question to you, Parth. You're muted, buddy.
Well, India never believed in grooming captains, and I know Dhoni has not performed well, and I know there is nobody to replace Dhoni. Virat Kohli has not performed good. Cheteshwar Pujara has not performed good, but India has not believed in grooming captains. Right from Saurav Ganguly was given a sudden captainship. Even Mahendra Singh Dhoni got it by a surprise. So India is not like Australia, who groom captains, and they put it after one is retired. So given the fact Cheteshwar Pujara and Virat Kohli can lead this Indian side in a much better way, there was an issue with captainship because he is a captain, because he understands the game well. If Dhoni says in press conference that at this level everybody can understand by his own, and that's why he's playing there. But no, a bowler should know which line to bowl, and he's a wicket keeper. When the ball was reverse swinging, nobody was there to tell these guys, Varun Aaron and Pankaj Singh, in the fourth test match that ball is reverse swinging. Even Ishant Sharma was not in the team. So Dhoni was not proactive. He didn't contribute the way he contributed with his bat. And 5-0 is a dismal performance as a captain. I don't think so anybody has survived for so long. And I also agree with Mridul that till World Cup he should continue in every format, but after World Cup he should quit Test cricket because he will not play under any captain. So he should quit as a Test captain, and India should look forward with a new captain there. And about changes, I would like to go back to Virendra Sehwag. Somebody like, I know he will be having a very short career now, but for 2 years or 2.5 years, he must be a very good option for India. And also, I would go back with Pragyan Oja, classical off spinner, left arm spinner, and somebody like Umesh Yadav in the team with Ishant Sharma and Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Varun Aaron. It will be a perfect team.
Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you so much. And somehow, when you guys still stick to Dhoni, I understand it now. I for the fact that we do not have a replacement. So I really don't know what exactly, because I at the same time I think
But
he's holding the place of a youngster in a keeping batsman, because I think a lot of talent out there who really wants to
But
come up.
Imam bhai, a responsibility to anybody like Kohli or Cheteshwar Pujara can come as a good thing. So you never know.
But the problem, yeah, I agree with you, Parth. But the problem is there's a huge cash creative situation there. You've seen people who success gets to their head very quickly, the Indian youngsters, because there's so much of money flushing into Indian cricket, and the moment you do well, you get sponsors, you get good deals, you get everything. And you need to, for people to be good captain, you need to have, good head on your shoulder. You need to have everything under your control, rather than, getting overshadowed with the success which you're getting, and getting your success to your head is not something which a captain should do, at least. And that's how Dhoni was successful. He never let his success come, get to his head. He always had his foot remain on the ground, and that's why he was so consistent. But Subbu sir, okay, Subbu sir, the moment I said Subbu sir नाराज हो गए धोनी के बारे में मैंने बोला. I'm sorry, Subbu sir, but with the fact that we really at the moment do not have any choice. So I agree with you guys that let him come to continue. And to be very honest, Parth, I don't think if he announces his retirement, it will be from all forms of the game after this World Cup, no matter what it is, because he said very clearly that he's not going to play for a lot of time. So I think it's quite clear. All right, now let's move ahead and really quickly want to talk about what exactly has happened in terms of the changes of the Indian cricket team. The moment we lost the series, for a change, we've seen a lot of changes which have taken place in terms of the team management. And we have a certain Ravi Shastri who really, really is a very good knowledgeable guy who has taken care of this Indian team in the past when we went to Bangladesh. So he has the experience. So Subbu sir, if you can hear me, what do you think can Ravi Shastri bring to the table, or is this more of an attempt to make any change just for the sake of it, or do you think that he's really going to bring in some changes which will offer a lot of stuff to Indian cricket? Subbu sir, can you hear me? Okay, no problem. So that's okay. So the same question to you, Mridul. The team management. Of course, we'll get to the ODI series out right after that. First of all, is this a knee-jerk reaction, or is it something to do where they really feel that Ravi Shastri can bring in very good changes and ensure that Indian teams get some success in England? What are your thoughts?
I think this change was required because Joe Dawes, our bowling coach, and fielding coach Trevor Penny should have been treated like this only, and we should now develop a single Indian coach in the sake of Sanjay Bangad or like R. Sridhar, who should travel always with the Indian cricket team, and we should also try and develop Indian coaches. So I think this is a good move, and I don't know anything of really make our team gel together and perform well as in the previous instances after the 2007 World Cup he did. So I think it can be okay situation for me. So that's what I think.
Okay. All right. Subbu sir just mentioned in the group chat, he says that he's really not sure whether Ravi can make changes which are required. And now that we have him, let's check whether we can hear him real quickly, or do we see any connectivity issues. So, Subbu sir, go ahead with your thoughts. Okay, I think there's some still issues going on with his headphone. No problem, Super Sir. You can be with us and you can let us know your thoughts. Look who's joined us, guys. We have been joined by a couple of people, who are very special in their own way. To my extreme left, we've joined by Jay. Jay, who's been missing from the Friday Hangouts, who's been missing all the fun, and who's missing the criticizing of Indian cricket team. Namaste, Jay. We have voted for you already. So, welcome.
Thank you very much.
How have you been doing?
Doing good. The Indian team is doing so good as well. So that's the reason I've joined. I've just joined to say that, the Indian team requires, completely new blood now. So it proves that, the existing Indian team has to change. Isn't it?
You know what, guys? Viewers who are watching, whenever Jay has come up and criticized the Indian team and gave a suggestion, the next series we have done very well, and so that has been something which has been a norm. So I really, I'm hopeful that the same thing is going to continue in the one-day series. On that good note, I'm also going to welcome this one more special buddy of ours who joined, who earlier just now he told us, and we want to congratulate him. He completes 1 year on today Friday Hangout. Keshav, welcome to you and a very good job. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Imam. Thanks. It seems like yesterday only I just somehow read that post at MS Dhoni's Facebook page that there's this Google Hangout going on. Anyone can join, and the RK was there at that time. So I just simply joined in. I didn't know that it would become such an important part of my life. So really good to be a member of this amazing cricket group.
Fantastic. We are glad to have you, Keshav. We always respected and like the straightforward thought which you have, and your love for MS Dhoni, which is very clear as well.
जैसे आपका नंबर आया वैसे MS धोनी का भी नंबर आएगा, वो भी आपकी तरह कभी अपने Facebook पेज को पढ़ के पक्का ज्वाइन करेंगे.
Right, and all of you guys who are watching, and the buddies who we have, the smiling Mridul, guys, let me tell you, you are the people who make this show. So really want to, again, now that we're talking about it, thank you all of you for tuning in every week, joining us, giving your views, and people who are watching, don't wait any longer. Come on, like the page Circle of Cricket, and you can also be a part of this conversation. All right, now that we have got that endorsement out of the way, let me get to the one-day international series. And Jay, let me ask you let me start by asking you, what are the changes which you want to see in this? Now you know the 15-member squad or the 16-member squad which we have, who do you like to see in the playing 11? What changes would you like to see in this ODI
Wait,
team at least?
do you think anybody talking about any changes will have any impact at all? Do you think my voice or your voice or anybody's voice will ever be heard at all? We can always talk about that we want this, but ultimately, who's going to select the team? It is going to be Mahendra Singh Dhoni and his team. So it is good to talk, but ultimately there are people who are good and they're good at the job. So let them do the job. It's okay. I mean, I'll reserve my opinion because the moment I'll have, an ability to influence the decision of the selectors slash the Indian team, then I will do that for sure. I would rather stay quiet and let just watch what's happening. Right?
So
The good yeah.
let's not talk as if the world is over. Yeah, I know that we have really not done well, and we could have done a lot better. And I understand that Jay and people who are watching for the first time, Jay has this tendency of criticizing with a very good smile. And if you could see that right now, there's a big example of it right in front of you. So, and that is what we love about Jay. He loves putting across his opinion in a different way.
More
And thank you so much, Jay. More coming. All right. All right, Keshav, buddy, you have joined us a bit late, so really want to first of all tell you we've been discussing the dismal performance of the Indian cricket team in the Test series, but we were also now talking about the ODI series. So before we go ahead and jump into it, I really want to take quick thoughts from you of your opinion about Dhoni Fletcher Test series and changes which you would like to see in the One Day series.
First of all, I just want to mention why I'm late because I'm right now in my college and the Wi-Fi here isn't that great. But I had to make sure that at least today I make it to Hangout anyhow. It's my first anniversary technically. So and obviously I'm here to talk cricket. So as you asked me, obviously everyone is very much disappointed with the team's performance. Especially after getting a lead in the Test series. But obviously people would blame Dhoni and Fletcher and everyone and the whole team obviously. But one thing which I felt was the criticism on Dhoni is a little unnecessary and a little more unwanted here because he's the only guy who performed apart from Murli Vijay and Rahane who did perform in the first two games. But after that, if Dhoni wouldn't have scored those runs, I don't think India would have been crossed 100. And you take any team and you take any captain, you take Michael Clark, Ricky Ponting, or any damn captain. If your team scores 100 or 150 runs in 3 Test matches, I don't think any team is capable of winning. Because obviously we do not have a Dale Steyn or a Mitchell Johnson who could just rattle the opposition out in a matter of session. And we have unfortunately that sort of batsman who can get rattled in one session. So people keep saying, this is a new team. Let's give them some more chances. Let's give them a fair run. They won a match here, which is a huge achievement. And last time we didn't win anything. This time we won something. I mean, these kind of talks will keep going on, but I think some strict actions should be taken. If you remember when Australia lost the Ashes 3-1 at home, and there was Argus review and a lot of changes and see where Australia is right now. So I think they have probably started in a right direction by allowing we'll have a better showing in Australia because I don't think conditions would be that challenging in terms of swing over there. So let's hope for the best.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much, Keshav. And guys, I really Jay, please go ahead.
I have a point. He was saying about how do we make the fortunes change and the things to be changed. Keshav was pointing it out that now that we've lost the Test series and now the One Day needs to be taken care of, right? I just read a newspaper. The first thing which people have suggested is that ban the wax. Now, do you think banning the wax will have a good impact on the Indian team going forward in One Days? Do you think that's going to be, changing the fortunes at all?
Well, to be very honest, Jay, I think that is something to ponder over in a separate discussion, in a separate show, which we can talk about Rabne Banadi Jodis and badmash companies later. But coming back to cricket, this is what we've been missing on Hangouts. That
Yeah.
Jack comes up with this a topic which really has some kind of an direct or indirect effect to the Indian cricket team. So let's not get there. And before we get there, I really want to ask you, Parth, about the changes or the people whom would you like to see in the ODI series, because we have quite a few players who have brought in. I'm really excited to see about Sanju Samson. If you ask me, my personal opinion, and Umesh Yadav. Apart from them, any other players who excite you, or do you think will make a difference in this current ODI team?
I agree with Jay. It will be a Dhoni's 11, and we won't see any change there unless we are 3-0 down in the series. It will be Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Suresh Raina, Ravindra Jadeja, R Ashwin, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Umesh Yadav, and Shami Ahmed. So
Fix है एकदम सब.
I see this playing 11 for the three ODIs, and if we are 3-0 down, then we might see somebody like uh, Dhaval Kulkarni for Shami Ahmed or somebody like that. But I don't think Sanju Samson or Karan Mishra will get a game here, because Dhoni stick with his team even they are not doing well, and he give his team a long run. So I'm not sure whether these guys will get a chance there.
Okay, पहली बात वो करण मिश्रा नहीं करण शर्मा है, and he is a
Karan.
part of the Hyderabad team. So you
Okay.
better be careful of naming players of my particular team. So so that's Karan Sharma. But I somehow I I hate to say this part. I really don't want to agree with you. But I somewhere I think that you're absolutely right. That is what has been happening over the past few years. Mridul, any reason why apart from Dhoni's mindset, do you think that Dhoni now has to make those changes in order to get us to the next level? Because what Parth has said has been absolutely right. That has been the norm. We have been losing and we've been playing the same team. And then we lose and we win in Zimbabwe, and we still don't give the younger players a chance. In Asia Cup, we don't give the younger players a chance. They are just there to bring in water, but getting some sightseeing, staying in very good hotels. So they are not complaining. But the people who are going to lose out are the Indian fans who cannot see these players perform and get India to the victory. So Mridul, what do you think? Do you think that Dhoni has to make these changes now, or you think that the same thing will continue? Mridul, are you there, buddy? Okay,
He's
मृदुल
just
दो
joining
मृदुल है
in.
हमारे पास. कौन सा मृदुल बात करेगा? मृदुल कौन सा वाला मृदुल बात करने वाला है? मृदुल,
Are you
Yeah,
asking a
but
question saying that
अच्छा,
who's
तेरा जो जुड़वा
final
भाई है ना, तेरा
uh,
जुड़वा भाई बात तो एकदम खामोश हो गया है. अच्छा, the question to you, Mridul, is do you think that what Parth is saying will continue, where there will be no changes in the Indian cricket team, the same old 11 will play, or do you think that Dhoni will have to make these changes now, because it abhi nahi to kabhi nahi, now or never?
yeah, I think Dhoni will have to make changes. I think we should play Dhaval Kulkarni, Umesh Yadav, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar in pieces. We shouldn't play Shami Ahmed. Apart from this, I don't think any changes will be there. Like Ashwin and Jadeja will play. Karan Sharma will not be given chance, and there's a new boy Sanju Samson. I think he should be given chance. Uh, and there's no other player that will be given chance. There will be old 11, but I think Dhawan Kulkarni should be given chance, and Sanju Samson also.
All right. Keshav, what do you think, buddy? Because Parth said, I think you went off for a minute. What Parth was saying that it's a tendency where Dhoni continues to play the same team which he believes in. Let me add that in inverted commas, which he
is
believes
he
in.
saying
But
is he saying MSD का मोटा चमड़ी है?
I'm not going to answer to that question and get into unnecessary controversy. Yeah, I know where you want me to head, but I'm not going to do that. So, Keshav, what do you think? Is it time for Dhoni to change the 11, or do you think he'll continue with the same old play strategy?
See, Imam, I don't see there's a lot of changes required in the ODI setup, because India hasn't done that bad in one day cricket when it comes to the shorter format. I think it's the Test match arena where Dhoni doesn't have enough confidence in himself. His
Keshav, we are losing you
team
for
or his
like
bowlers,
Keshav,
where they can pick up 20 wickets, because Test match is all about. Can you hear now?
Yeah, yeah,
Can you
go
hear
ahead.
now? Yeah, I
Go
said,
on, Keshav.
first of all, it's ODI cricket. I don't think India has been that bad, and a lot of changes are required in one shorter format. Because it's Test match arena where Dhoni doesn't have enough confidence in his players. That his bowlers can take up 20 wickets, because Test match is all about I think it's something which bowlers win you and not the batsmen. And when it comes to ODI cricket, I think Dhoni is pretty much confident with the team he plays. I think the 7-4 or 6-5 combination, whatever he plays, he's more comfortable in that, and he enjoys captaining an ODI side or a T20 side rather than a Test side, and that's purely because the bowlers which he has in the Test matches, probably he got a certain Varun Aaron a certain Varun Aaron last, but time will tell. But I don't think there is any need to be worry about ODI cricket and where are we heading, because it's the same place where India won Champions Trophy. So if the team is performing and we do not give chances to new people, I don't mind that. If we keep playing the same 11, and as far as India wins the series, I'm happy with that.
Okay. Jay, don't you think now Keshav mentioned a very interesting point? He
Yeah,
said that Dhoni is never minds captaining the one day team.
yeah,
We have been doing well in one day cricket, which I quite agree with him. Don't you think
yeah.
that should encourage Dhoni to call it quits in Test cricket and concentrate just solely on one day internationals? Because see, the fact of the matter is today or tomorrow he will be going out of this team. He will quit. He will retire. But if you see other great teams which we have today's day, Ricky Ponting always groomed Michael Clark, who is doing fantastically well at Test and One Day cricket level today. There's always been Mahila Jayawardene who groomed Angelo Matthews. So don't you think that it's high time that Dhoni, he should have groomed somebody by now, but of course they are not in great form. But my question to you, Jay, is it time for Dhoni to call it quit in Test match cricket, part his
His
ways from the Test team?
point is, tell me one person whom he can give the baton to. I mean, is there somebody who's going to take the charge? I mean, people thought Kohli is the guy. They've always thought that he's a replacement and he's doing so well. Now, the fact remains that Kohli has not been able to come up with expectations of selectors slash people slash Janta. I mean, so who else is there? Is it Rohit? Is it Kohli? Is it the Jadeja? I mean, whom do we
लेकिन
give it to?
Correct.
Who's
लेकिन
the
मेरा
mature
मेरा
enough guy?
क्वेश्चन एक ही मेरा क्वेश्चन एक ही है जय, but how long would we be complaining about the same problem? We are saying
So
that
the
there is no
problem remains. It is there for a long time, and it remains.
right.
The point is that he has three formats to be taken care of. But is there a responsible guy? They made Gautam Gambhir play this time because of his experience in the past. He did not work out. They've dropped Viru in the past. There is no so-called experienced person in the team. If you do not play a test match with Mahi being the test captain, who is the person going to be a test captain? If you have a team B of India and then a captain is not good enough, then it's not India team at all. They will. I mean, you saw that what happened in the last match, 95 and not. I mean, everything gone. So this can happen quite often. At least they had a face-saving one-match win, which is a big thing. But point is, who's going to take over from him? Is there one person? If somebody can come up with one name, let me know. So
I'll
in
tell
the
you what.
absence
Yeah.
of that, he's not able to do that.
Right. I'll tell you something. I'll give you a quick stat which you will be really surprised by listening to. Angelo
Yeah.
Matthews. I'll just take an example of Sri Lankan cricket because they are our neighbors. So I think it makes more sense for us to take their example. Angelo Matthews averaged 35.45 when he was a non-captain. And the
Okay.
moment the captaincy was given to him, today his average is more than 55 runs per innings, which tells you, and this is over a period of 20 matches. So my point is that now that you're saying that Virat Kohli, yes, has gone through bad form, yes, Cheteshwar Pujara has got to a bad form, but today or tomorrow they will strike form again. Why don't you give
So
it to a Kohli and say,
yeah.
boss Kohli, this is your time. Go ahead and take over the test reins. We are giving you more responsibility. Don't you think
Yeah.
that will bring in more responsibility in a Virat Kohli?
not necessarily the guy who gets the new responsibility is able to perform. I mean, take the example of Sachin Tendulkar, the great. Now, he was the most responsible person at the time when the captaincy was given. And what you've all seen what happened the moment you gave the captaincy to him. His own performance went down and he was not able to do much. So ultimately what happened? He came back to his normal self being an individual contributor. And then the captaincy was given to the rest of the people. Now you expect a lot from people when they become a captain. And believe me, captain's job is not that easy. It's just not about playing himself, but it's about administrative work. And I've actually seen them closely that administrative work actually takes a lot of toll on them. So if you give the captaincy to Virat today, he may he may just fail on his own self as well. So I mean, we need to be careful that you don't kill a guy by giving him additional responsibility. There is something else which is important to be kept in mind, and maybe because of that we should do the change for sure.
Okay. All right. I think I can't debate on that point. I agree with that. Yeah, Keshav, I'm going to come to you.
Just
But the fact remains that that the tragedy of Indian cricket at the moment is that we are not able to give the captaincy or take the captaincy from MS for the fact that we do not have any other person. So Keshav, yeah, go ahead, buddy.
For choosing for the one day series.
Uh,
Yeah, Keshav, go on.
Yeah, so Imam, see, first of all, again, it comes back to MS Dhoni. So, you know, I understand your feelings, that India is losing and, a captain is more or less responsible for that. If India wins, Dhoni ko sir pe chadhate hain. And when India loses, of course, this has to happen. But just, if Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara or anyone like Rohit Sharma, Ravichandran Ashwin, whomsoever are front runners for the captaincy role, if they are not performing and you are saying agar unko captain bana diya jaye and under that responsibility they'll perform better, I think Dhoni did the same in this series. I mean, he had that pressure, he tackled those conditions through his strong temperament and the mentality he had. He just showed that out of the top 7, he had the most unorthodox batting technique, and still he conquered it. So that shows that as a captain he's performing, as a batsman he's performing. If the other people are not performing, why take captaincy from him? And he's just 31, 32. How can you say that he should start grooming? He still, I think, has a good 2-3 years left in him. And the other important thing is, Imam, he has almost now lost 13 games in the last 3 years overseas. So now I think it's becoming personal for him. He has to prove it someday or the other. Maybe the Australia tour or whatever tour India go on. I think it's a baat thodi si personal hoti ja rahi hai uske liye. And I mean, he has to prove a point. I mean, I don't think without that he's ever gonna give up the captaincy or BCCI is ever gonna take it out from him. I think बात इज्जत पे आ रही है धीरे धीरे.
अरे बात पर्सनल नहीं हो गई, बहुत पर्सनल हो गई भाई. अब तो उठो और जागो, because 6-8 months down the line there is a World Cup waiting. And if अगर अभी पर्सनल नहीं होगी तो वर्ल्ड कप में बहुत बुरा असर पड़ेगा.
No, but Jay, I don't think one day is that kind of a problematic thing for Indian team. I think they are doing fine and they've done well in Australia in one days. That CB series, I think they did fine. They just by an inch or two they just missed that final. But I don't think one day में इतनी कोई problem. It's all about test.
वही टीम तो टेस्ट भी खेलती है, 90 पे आउट जाती है यार. मतलब 4 बार ऐसा हुआ कि 90 पे सब लोग खत्म होने वाले, सडनली 150 तक पहुंच गए.
Yeah, so why are you comparing it to the one day? One day में they have never got out.
Yeah. Now let me throw a quick start in there, Keshav. The last one day series which we played in outside subcontinent was in South Africa, which we lost badly as well. Let's not,
Imam Bhai also Imam Bhai 4-0 in New Zealand, and
oh my God,
right.
And in Asia Cup as well, we lost to Sri Lanka and Pakistan. We won against Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Yes.
So Keshav, we are saying that everything is hunky-dory in one-day cricket, which is not. Last 3 series, one we lost to South Africa badly in South Africa. Quinton de Kock smashed us all over the park. A kid like Quinton de Kock, Then in New Zealand, we lost 4-0. We did not qualify for the Asia Cup final. So let's not
But
say that everything is good in ODI series.
इमाम एटलीस्ट वहां पे लोग फाइट दे रहे हैं, लोग ऐसे नहीं है कि सरेंडर करते जा रहे हैं जैसे टेस्ट मैच में हो रहा है, एटलीस्ट दे आर गिविंग अ गुड फाइट.
लेकिन हार रहे हैं ना यार,
हार रहे हैं, बट अब सी वो अभी रिसेंटली, अब उसके बाद ऐसे ही सेम अगर तुम कह रहे हो कि एशिया कप में दे डिडंट डू वेल इन द इन बांग्लादेश, दे डिडंट डू वेल इन द एशिया कप, उसके एकदम बाद ही दे रीच द फाइनल ऑफ वर्ल्ड T20. सो आई मीन थोड़ा बहुत फ्लक्चुएशन तो होता रहेगा.
वो फॉर्मेट एकदम अलग है ना.
एग्जैक्टली. तो टेस्ट मैच इज अ डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट अगेन. वो सेम पॉइंट आ जाता है कि वनडे भी टेस्ट एंड
ODI. मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि 8 महीना बचा हुआ है और आप बार हार रहे हो, आपके सामने वर्ल्ड कप है, आप क्या ऐसा विशेष कर रहे हो? मेरे को तो नहीं समझ में आ रहा कोई विशेष हो रहा है, आपको कुछ समझ में आ रहा है?
लेकिन जय देखो, अभी अगर आप कह रहे हो साउथ अफ्रीका आ रहे, न्यूजीलैंड आ रहे, उससे पहले इफ यू टेक 2013 दे वन 6 सीरीज ऑन अ ट्रॉट. तो इट कैन हैपन. अब ऐसे ये भी बोल सकते हैं कि यार वो 6 एक साथ कैसे जीत गए, बीच में तो कभी नहीं हारे. तो बीच में अगर फिर उसके बाद 2 सीरीज हार भी गए.
नहीं
बट अभी देखो ये जो सीरीज होने वाली है, वर्ल्ड कप होने वाला है, इंडिया से बाहर होने वाला, राइट? अब ये इंग्लैंड से हार जाते हैं, ऑस्ट्रेलिया से हार जाते हैं, अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया जा रहे हैं, हिंदुस्तान में हमेशा जीत जाते हैं, बोलते हैं वाह क्या टीम है, मस्त टीम है. अभी देखो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के बाद में वर्ल्ड कप होगा, क्या होगा उसके बाद में. Point is, if they don't put a focus, how is it going to be looking like a World Cup team at all? Currently, I don't think it's happening at all. By sending a Ravi Shastri as a director and sending Sanjay Bangar as the coach, and one or two small guys here and there, is that what is a team? Is that what we're doing?
Correct. Let me bring in Parth and Mridul, who quietly बेचारे लोग बोल रहे होंगे यार शो हमसे शुरू किया, हमारे पास आ ही नहीं रहे. So I will not let the game come to be like that. So Parth and Mridul, your thoughts about these topic buddies, and then if we should almost at 4, we have more than 1 hour, so we'll quickly talk about Mahila Jayawardene and call it a hangout today. So Parth and Mridul, quickly your thoughts.
इमाम भाई, मैंने पहले बोला चैट में कि धोनी को सिर्फ एक आदमी अभी रिप्लेस कर सकता है, खुद धोनी, एंड ही नीड्स टू बी मोर प्रोएक्टिव हियर. We need a good coach as well, because Fletcher is not doing good. He is not guiding Team India. He is not guiding Captain Dhoni as well. We need a captain, somebody like Steve Waugh or Andy Flower or Saurav Ganguly, who can guide Mahendra Singh Dhoni how to win a test match outside India, or how to seal a moment, because we were 1-0 up in this series, and what we did was we lost the opportunity. So we need somebody.
Parth, one moment, sorry to interrupt you guys. Can you mute yourself, all of us, before Parth expresses his opinion, please? Yeah, Parth, go ahead, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, so we need somebody like Steve Waugh or Saurav Ganguly, who can come with a killer instinct, who can guide Dhoni how to go and attack the opposition, even in Test cricket and one-day cricket. So it is quite clear that we don't have a good replacement right now, but Dhoni has to change himself, and he needs to be more proactive with his captainship skills.
Okay. Now the only thing which is left, which you said, is the style which you said it. You just wrote it, but as धोनी को एक ही आदमी रिप्लेस कर सकता है, एक ही आदमी को धोनी act 2. No, it's not possible. It's not Sholay, it's not Gabbar Singh. It's about the real world of cricket. There are no retakes here, buddy. I know sentiments. Keshav, I love Dhoni too, Parth. But the fact of the matter is that we have to look at the results. Unfortunately, they are not coming our way. And somewhere, I think Dhoni should, I'm not saying quit, Dhoni should quit as an ODI skipper. He should continue, but there has to be, the proactivity which has to come in. Mridul, do you agree with that point, buddy? Unmute yourself and go ahead.
I think Dhoni shouldn't be replaced. And apart from that, you were talking about Team India after 8 months of playing in the World Cup. I think we are building a team. We sent India A team in Australia for the quadrangular series. We have included the best players, the top performers there in the England ODI squad for the England series. I think we are looking. Dhoni is looking at the 2015 World Cup. He's trying to build a team, a ODI team. I think they are doing a pretty good job in one day. Yeah, I know we lost to South Africa and New Zealand in the bilateral series, but our bowlers were all in the building phase there. Some of our players were not in the good form. So I think our ODI team is good enough to beat England, and I think we will definitely build a good team around Dhoni for the 2015 World Cup. And apart from this, I don't understand why can't we produce a player like Graham Smith, a great captain who was made a captain at an age of 21, 22. So we can also experiment, but not 8 months before the World Cup. I think we should stick with Dhoni. That's my point.
Okay. See, the viewers might be thinking that yeah, we discussed so much of cricket, we criticized, we did so much, but at the end of the day, we tend to end things at a very rosy and a very very optimistic point of view. But that is what the great part of Indian cricket is, that we tend to see the better side of things, and we can only hope, because the discussion which we are having today is to ensure that the Indian cricket goes in the right direction, and we put in our views in terms of what we think as a fan, and because we love the game so much. So, and the reason
Imam,
why I'm talking, yeah, Keshav.
yeah, just let me tell you that India would win this ODI series. It's a very stronger team if we compare it to England in shorter format. They don't have Kevin Peterson, they don't have Swan, they don't have the stability of Trott. Alistair Cook is still, not at his best. It was our fault that we missed his catches and all. But I think India will win it, and I can write it and give you a signature. And I quite agree to
Signature
parts.
campaign.
I quite agree to part that Duncan Fletcher has to be replaced. Because it's been a long time. Even when he was there with England, I don't think after the 2005 Ashes win he did much, and England were whitewashed 5-0 under him in the 2006-7 Ashes tour. So I mean he looks like as impotent as he would be in bed. So I mean he's useless on the field, off the field.
Okay, all right. Keshav didn't say anything just now, guys.
So anyway, jokes apart, I mean I don't think his contract expires before the World Cup. So hopefully people like Ravi Shastri and Sanjay Bangar would play their role, and like BCCI sent Rahul Dravid as a batting consultant on this tour. I don't know what he did after Lords. Maybe he didn't get his salary and he went back to India or something. But I think someone like Ganguly or I mean someone who can inspire Indian team, to get back on the track is required, and you know that's how our fortunes can change.
Okay, all right, guys. We really had some issues with Keshav's audio, so I'm sure that you might have missed something which he said in his conversation. So, all right, so we are almost, we not almost, we are done with our time. But one last thing which we really wanted to talk about, which I really don't want to go away without talking, is the farewell or the last test match of the great Mahila Jayawardene. I think. We here at Hangout not just talk about Indian cricket, we love our cricket, we love about world, we talk about world cricket. So I really want to get in quick views and your favorite memory of Mahila Jayawardene. Let me start with Parth. Parth, your quick thoughts and your memory which you really will not forget about Mahila.
As beautiful as an artist on canvas, his batting was brilliant. And going about memory, in I had a memory of an IPL where he was playing for Kings 11 Punjab, and he knocked Kolkata Knight Riders out of the game where they were chasing 201. And I'm a big supporter of Saurav Ganguly. I'm a big fan of Saurav Ganguly, and I used to hate him for that innings, but he was a fantastic player and a great contributor for the game.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Parth. Bridal, buddy, yeah, same thing to you. Your thoughts and any memories which you want to share.
I think I really liked his cut shot and a hook shot. Apart from this of Mahila Javardhan, I think that 2007 World Cup innings, I think it was a memorable one for me.
Okay. All right, Keshav, buddy.
Imam, I've never been a big fan of Mahila Jayawardene. I'm a big fan of Kumar Sangakkara, though I think his loss would be even more, pinching to Sri Lankan cricket. That would be a void to be filled in. But Mahila Jayawardene, I mean, he's good, but overseas, I don't see his record that fascinating or something. He was a great batsman and a great captain. As a captain, I admire him a lot. But overall, as a batsman, I mean, if you look at his stats, he averages lesser than 50 now in Test matches after he didn't make big runs in this particular series, and he averages around 33, 34 in one-day cricket also. So, I mean, he's good. His technique was amazing. He was pretty much talented and overall a good cricketer, but not that
Okay.
I.
All right. So no problem. But thank you so much, all of you. Jay, really want to come to you quickly and आपके thoughts.
I'm a big fan of him.
No,
So,
so
if he
these two
retired or
guys,
not,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Keshav, there is some issue with audio where your audio is cutting and coming a bit later. So yeah,
Yeah, so
at the end of
my
the
only take on these two guys is they are brilliant guys. I've met them a few times, got the opportunity of talking to them, and very good individuals. I mean, I remember, Mahila, meeting up with him in Sri Lanka. Brilliant guy. I mean, some good talent. Of course, I mean, you've already seen him on ground, but then meeting up with him in person and then interacting was really a good experience. Kumar, brilliant guy. I mean, I remember him meeting up with him, in Delhi during the match itself, and very down to earth, good guy, good friendship with Indian cricketers as well, and that's very very interesting because he had a fantastic reputation of being a good cricketer, and he was in good terms with Indian cricket guys as well. So I think it's a big loss. I mean, apart from the cricketing abilities which they have, now people on the field will miss them for what they were today. Of course, they continue to be there around in cricket also, but yeah, I mean, on the ground, they will be missed.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much. And I really want to quickly share my memory of Mahela Jayawardene. Two things which I want to share. One, a young Mahela Jayawardene hooking Shoaib Akhtar for a six in Sharjah, and then Shoaib Akhtar bowled him another bouncer. He got him out, and while he was going back, Shoaib said something. Mahila came back all the way, and he asked him what exactly you were trying to say. So he was aggressive. He started off as a very aggressive guy who later calmed down and was a fantastic individual, but always a fighter when it comes to cricket. And a second memory is, unfortunate memory when India, we were hoping that Sri Lanka loses to Australia in the CP series for us to qualify for the final, as more often than not we do, other teams relying on other teams losing. So Mahila, with three bowlers, beat Australia. One bowler got injured in the match, and one bowler was stopped bowling because he was running on the wicket. But I thought that now it would be easier for them to win Australia, but he eventually, with his mind, went ahead and single-handedly won the match for Sri Lanka with his captaincy. So I think these are the two things which stand out. And fantastic player, very good human being, as Jay said. And it's fantastic to hear from people like Jay who happened to meet Mahila Jayawardene, the likes of Kumar Sangakkara, and he has a real-time experience in terms of knowing what kind of individuals they were. So thank you so much, all of you. Parth, Mridul, Keshav, Jay, thank you so much for doing this again. We love doing these hangouts and every week, and we really respect your time, and we're delighted that you guys join and share a lot about cricket. So really want to thank you, Parth. Thank you so much, buddy.
It's
Have a
always
great
pleasure to
week
be with
and
you.
thank you, pleasure. So see you next week right here. Mridul, thank you so much, buddy. Really, really quickly say a bye to the audience. Viewers would be watching. Say a hi and a bye. तेरे जुड़वे भाई को भी बोल देना. Okay, Keshav, thank you so much, buddy, and congratulations
Thanks,
once again. We are
thanks,
delighted
Ram.
that you completed 1 year, and we hope that you complete the next 10 years with Hangouts. And we
Of course. Why not? I mean, अभी एक साल कैसे निकल गया पता भी नहीं चला. And you guys have become, almost we talk daily on our WhatsApp group. So it's such a great thing to discuss cricket with some sensible people who knows inside out of the cricket. And another thing, I just want to share. I'm recording my first Hindi song in the evening today. So hopefully it's releasing
fantastic.
Yeah, it's releasing on YouTube very soon. So I hope you all would like it.
You
We'll be able to get the first look of it in the next hangout, is it?
Yeah, sure. Agar by chance if doesn't releases, I'll send you all guys the scratch version, जो कि no one would ever.
No scratch. We want live. We want something from you. I mean, come on. I mean,
one thing, Keshav, we all knew that you are a star. We all know that you're a star, and you will reach great heights, not just in talking about cricket, but in music too, which is your passion. So all the very best, and we look forward to listening to that video. And guys who are watching, we will make Keshav sing in one of the episodes soon as well. So watch out for that. And like the Circle of Cricket page, come on to join in this conversation because we have tie-ups with Kings 11 Punjab and Hyderabad team. If you don't know it already, then you can get to chat with big cricket stars during IPL and Champions League, which will happen very very soon. So watch out for that. So for today, I'm afraid that we have run out of time. We will see you next week right here. Do join in. Till then, take care. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Right.